this has
Stop.
been, if you ever need an indication of how desperate and low IQ Christians are, it's all of them falling for this supposed high IQ record holder, YoungHoon Kim, who posts this post and gets 300,000 likes. As the world's highest IQ record holder, I believe that Jesus Christ is God, the way and the truth and the life. 300,000 likes.
That's fucking crazy. That's so crazy.
Guess what,
And
guys? As the world's
every single
highest...
day, he says he has the highest IQ in his post.
Every tweet.
It's so fake. It's so fake, dude.
Yeah. I did one. I said, as the world's highest IQ record holder, I believe that Jesus is fake and invented by Jews. It's a Jewish myth. Amen. Hallelujah.
And by the way, this guy's card got pulled. He's not the highest IQ. He's a liar. The companies that approved it are like fake.
He works for them.
Yeah, like or they work for him or something. Something crazy was going on behind the scenes in this.
We're gonna play his videos of his supposed proof. Like, you can claim you have the highest IQ, but if you don't come with the receipts and the arguments, I don't care how smart you are.
And not only that, I don't care if you actually did an IQ test, because you can study for IQ tests and it voids the actual point of taking an IQ test. If you study for an IQ test and take one, or if you retake one or retake it 10 times, you'll score higher. That does not mean your IQ is higher. It means that you're prepared for the test. It's supposed to be a one-time thing without any preparation. It's usually for young kids in high school about to go to college or something, because they don't know much about it. It's supposed to, you cannot measure it correctly if you keep taking it. I think he was doing something like that. Not only that, he has nothing to show for. He doesn't have any PhDs in anything. He's not a professor. He's not teaching mathematics. He's not doing quantum physics. He's not discovering the problems in the world. He's not doing anything.
He's so smart, but he's like that other guy. What is it? Langdon also did the same thing, and they do the same thing. Christians are such suckers. They fall for this. Any guy can come along and say he's got a high IQ. Sure, they're poor and broke, and that guy works as a bouncer. I don't know what this guy does, but anybody with a real high IQ doesn't preface every tweet with how high their IQ is. But Christians are like completely convinced by this. But if we were to do an actual study, like a thorough study, we measured all of the millions of people in the study, and the top 95%, the top 5% of people said Jesus isn't real. It's obviously a myth. Would the Christians be like, well, nope. I guess the smart people have spoken?
No, they would say they just don't have the spirit. Yeah. Their intelligence means nothing.
They dismiss it.
They would completely flip their entire logic. By the way, look at Valentina Gomez. I feel sorry for people like that. Amen.
Yeah.
Amen.
Yeah. So 300,000 likes for that one, and then another tweet for 100,000 likes. He says, as the world's highest IQ record holder, I believe the Bible is the perfect, eternal, and final word of God. Therefore, the Bible doesn't need to be updated. The world needs to catch up. Okay, sure. Yeah, we need to catch up with you in your ancient Jewish fairy tale. This is such a fallacy of an appeal to authority, appeal to IQ, that even inspiring philosophy says, guys, this is retarded. Christians,
I was proud of him for finally actually being real for once.
Yeah. Yep.
This is so pathetic. And so, this is like a different level of idiocracy.
Yeah. For the sake of argument, let's just assume he really is the highest IQ in the world. If he has only read Christian apologist books like Case for Christ and Gary Habermas, and has not read any of the top mythicist stuff or debunking Christian stuff, what does his opinion matter? Maybe he's good at math and scored really good on a math test. Does that mean he's right about Jesus? Christians?
Right.
They don't care, though. They're just like, W, we win. All right.
Pathetic.
He says, oh, yeah, I already read that one. The world needs to catch up. So here's him proving his highest IQ record holder. Membership card to Mensa in Korea. Case closed.
I can't see it.
Oh, shoot. Oh, I got to share this tab instead.
Oh, yeah. This one is pathetic, dude. What is this? What is he showing here? He got a card from somewhere? Mensa Korea? What does that even, what does this have to do with your IQ?
I don't know. To get into Mensa, you have to... Hold on. I believe, given your credentials... Look, atheist in shambles right now. No, we're laughing at how stupid you are, that you're suckers and fall for this.
These people live in an alternate reality, man. They live in an alternate reality. Seriously.
So you want me to go find like 10 PhDs that have high IQs and say, look, they say Jesus is clearly a myth, and then are we going to be like, oh, religion in shambles, your religion is over?
But notice how to them there's only two categories, atheist or Christian.
Yeah.
You have to be an atheist, or you believe this and you're a Christian. Or you're just a full-blown atheist. You don't believe, like, their worldview is so skewed, dude. Don't they know there's people in between atheism and Christianity?
Yeah. Here's another one, 14,000 likes. As the world's highest IQ record holder, I conclude that Jesus is not a myth, but a real historical person, and his gospel stands on undeniable historical evidence. Undeniable historical evidence, please. Please. If you really had a
notice how
high
he doesn't
IQ,
actually notice how he doesn't back up that assertion with any arguments or anything.
yeah. Well, he
Just
does in his video. We're gonna play his video in a second.
Okay.
Why is Jesus God? Here is my answer. Highest
And notice,
IQ record.
and I
holder.
want people to realize something before we play this. He
Hello,
pause it real
everyone.
quick. Pause it real quick.
Mhm.
All right, real quick before we play this. Remember, if your IQ was 260 or 270, you'd be able to learn any language within months. And you not only would you be able to learn every language, you'd master it and learn the accents. Listen to how bad his English is.
Hello, everyone.
And he's reading off a script off his computer also.
Right.
It's probably
It's so-
written by ChatGPT.
Right.
And just cites references like Case for Christ and who's the guy's name also? Who
Gary Habermas.
Gary Habermas, but what's the other? It's Strobel, Lee Strobel.
Yeah,
probably-
nonsense. And they're
This
not,
is-
they're just so pathetic,
yeah.
man.
This is not scholarly. This is like low tier Christian apologists
Yeah.
propaganda.
Hello, everyone. I am the world's highest IQ record holder, YoungHoon Kim. Why is Jesus Christ God? I have simple, logical, and scientific answer.
Oh, it's so cringe.
First, Jesus Christ clearly said he was God.
Oh, so
Logical and
cringe.
scientific, guys. Ready for the proof? Jesus said he was God. And even that's disputed. Even Christians debate that if he
Right.
really claimed to be God or
Jesus
not.
said in the Bible, he said this. In the Bible, he said this.
Yeah,
There's proof. There's
Yeah.
proof.
yeah. That's high IQ arguments
That's
right
high
there.
IQ thinking right there. Right. Look at his face. Oh my God. It's
Yeah.
pathetic.
Just why even go on? Just mic drop. Jesus claimed it.
Jesus claimed he was God in the Bible. Proof. That's proof.
Scientific and logical. He said so because I read it in a book. Okay.
Dionysus is God then. Like, what the hell? Who
Yeah.
cares if something so it's written down somewhere?
Yeah, I guess the Quran is true too.
Right.
Is Jesus Christ God? I have simple, logical, and scientific answer. First, Jesus Christ clearly said he was God.
Clearly.
He forgave sins, accepted worship, and said, I and the Father are one.
Oh.
That's theological bullshit.
Yeah.
You're just
scientific proof is the Bible says.
Yeah, but here's the funny thing about that. He said that me and the Father are one. Okay.
Mhm.
You just smuggled in a theological notion as an axiom of the Father. Who is the Father? What Father are you talking about? You're presupposing Judeo-Christianity before we even brought any evidence to the table. This is like so low IQ nonsense. He didn't actually say God the Father, who we also know is God for sure. He just smuggles it in with it. God, Jesus, and says, I and God the Father are one. What God the Father? Who is God the Father? Why should I care about God the Father? Why is that being smuggled in?
Yeah.
Does anyone even think about this stuff?
Dude, this guy just says he has a high IQ and then says, well, Jesus said so. And it's like Christians are like, oh, game over. Atheists are like, I'm convinced. He's smart. I'm convinced. This
Smart
is
drop.
hilarious.
Yeah.
It's the worst. The lowest IQ Asian ever, actually. Okay.
If this is not true, he would be a liar or insane. But
Guess what that
his
is? Guess
teachings,
what that is? Pause.
Yeah.
That's from C.S. Lewis. He
Mhm.
just quoted C.S. Lewis. C.S. Lewis was famous for saying Jesus was either a liar, insane, or right. He
Yeah.
can't be anything else, though. It can't be a myth. It can't be made up by other people. It's either Jesus was a liar, insane, or it's true. And this is him repeating that talking point.
Yeah. Or it's just a myth created by other Jews because Jesus wrote nothing down.
Exactly. That's
All
another
the
thing.
earliest mentions of Jesus were from Paul that never knew Jesus.
Right.
And the Gospels are written decades later. But yeah, okay. I guess
That's why
it's either
C.S.
of those
Lewis-
three options.
That's why C.S. Lewis got completely debunked and nobody cares about what he says because that's a nonsensical claim. It'd be like me saying, I either have $40, $13, or $27. And it's like, no, you might have 119. Why are you giving these three random answers? Like, you can't just give three options and think that's going to work. It's nonsense.
Or I do think it's right. The people that wrote the book were liars.
Right.
That
There's
is the
another. There's
answer.
another. There's a
It's
fourth
one of the
option.
three options. It's the liar option.
Yeah. You could add a million options after that.
actions, and influence
What was that?
No, not my phone.
true, he would be
I think it's his computer actually.
Oh, really? Oh, what a
his.
dumbass. He
That
couldn't even
was his, yeah.
figure out how to work his computer.
a liar or insane.
Liar.
But his teachings, actions, and influence on history prove otherwise.
He
Second,
couldn't even do a retake on that.
So just because it spawned a religion, that means it's true. Well, I guess Mormonism's true. I guess every religion that
Every
ever existed
religion.
and spread is true.
Yeah, he's literally just made a case for any religion at that point.
Yeah. High IQ logic, guys.
Right.
Christians fall for this.
Jesus rose from the dead. This
Really?
is not just a belief, it is supported by historical evidence.
Oh,
What?
historical evidence?
What evidence? What evidence? No one.
It says
nobody,
it in a book.
Nobody outside of the Gospels. We have, by the way, we have Jewish writers from this time period. Josephus doesn't mention anything about this. Josephus, there's that one verse about Jesus. He didn't say he rose the dead in that verse. No one knew about Jesus raising the dead. We also have Nicholas of Damascus, who writes right around the same time. He doesn't say anything about Jesus raising the dead. Philo of Alexandria lived in that time period. He died after Jesus died, so he had plenty of time to learn about. He had a whole decade to learn about a guy raising the dead a few miles away from him. He didn't say anything about this. Pliny the Elder was in Judea doing a whole analysis, writing about all the people in the tribes and the cities that were over there. Never says anything about a guy raising the dead. He was there in the 70s and 80s. Nobody mentions Jesus raising the dead until the Gospels come out.
And the Bible also says that the saints rose from their graves and walked around Jerusalem at the crucifixion. Nobody wrote about that. That's not historical. He goes, it's not the claim. It really happened. It's historical.
Yeah, he just asserts this. He doesn't actually give the action.
Yeah.
Notice how he says, this is backed up by historical data.
Yeah.
Where? Show us. Bring one. Bring us a source. Bring us a primary source. Bring us some sort of anything. I'm
Dude,
dying
this is
to
the
hear
highest
it.
IQ person in the world. I thought he was going to bring the goods. No,
Nothing.
it's the lowest tier.
It's just
apologetics.
nonsensical assertions.
Yeah.
Second, Jesus rose from the dead. This is not just a belief, it is supported by historical evidence. The tomb was empty, and many people
Oh, the book said it. The tomb was empty. By the way, he rose from the dead and appeared to a handful of his closest followers. He didn't go and march in and go, Pilate, you killed me and I'm back. He didn't go to Herod.
He didn't do anything. Yeah.
He didn't do anything. He didn't do a world tour and everybody saw him. Paul claims 500 saw him, and that's just a claim from one person.
And not one of those 500 people wrote anything down. So we don't know that's true.
Yeah.
None of them
But
are
it's
named.
400 according to Wes Huff. Can't even get that right.
You couldn't even get that right.
Biblical genius.
But what's so funny about that, let's say for the sake of argument, the tomb was empty. Now what? The tomb, let's say, well, that's a historical fact. Let's say we can back that up somehow. So,
Yeah.
That's the only conclusion is that he rose from the dead because the tomb was empty, that no one stole the body to go bury it and give him a proper burial somewhere else, or give him a cremation or something. I don't know. I can think of a million things could have happened while the tomb was empty. Who knows?
Exactly. Yeah. The only conclusion.
The only conclusion
He rose from the dead. Okay.
climbed to see him alive.
Oh, and that's another pagan thing that they want to refute: the dying and rising God.
Yeah, and that was a trope in that time period of tombs of bodies and tombs disappearing, and it meant they were resurrected. That's a pagan trope. You find that in the story of Hercules.
Yep.
It is supported by historical evidence. The tomb was empty, and many people climbed to see him alive. Even enemies
Many
of
people claim to
Christianity.
see him alive.
Yeah.
Many people claim to see him alive. Who are those people? Where are their sources? Where do they write down? Nothing. Oh, okay, nothing.
They claim to see an angel.
It's just he's just saying the church says that someone says that Paul says that Paul and Paul says someone said. It's all he said, she said. There's no actual data. There's no actual source. There's nothing of substance here. Nothing.
And this is Habermas stuff too. So he's acting like, oh, I'm so high Q, I figured out Jesus, but he's really just like regurgitating Habermas stuff. Oh, most scholars agree that he existed and he was crucified, and then we know for a fact the disciples really did believe he rose from the dead. Like that's his same exact argument. So, all right, here.
Couldn't explain. His followers were willing to die because they were sure he defeated death.
Again, same thing we always hear. His followers were willing to die, just like Muslims are willing to die, just like people today are willing to die, even though they never saw him resurrect.
Yeah, we have a source from a guy who got initiated in the Eleusinian Mysteries. His name was like Barokinsis or something. I forgot his name, but he jumped into a fire and killed himself because he thought it was over. He thought he had nothing else to live for. People are willing to die for their religion. Exactly.
And
people die for their religions all the time.
Legends too. These aren't in the Bible. All these disciples, like what is the book, The Myth of Persecution, right, by Candida Moss? It goes into this really well.
It's from 7th century church text. 7th century, way later. They start writing about the martyrs of the church.
Yeah,
and
I think some were in 2nd and 3rd also, but it's just
that's a few of them. Yeah. But then in the 7th century you start getting hundreds of them that are fake. There is a few of them that are legitimate, but we don't know the circumstances of those. Like, for example, like the 2nd century, not Irenaeus. Irenaeus is one of them. We don't know if he even had a choice to live or not.
Yeah,
he could have just been condemned. He could have been pegging for his life, for all we know. We have no idea.
Like, they could have been like, you broke the law, and he'd be like, no, I don't believe. I'm sorry. No, death penalty anyway. We don't know that they were really
But
offered
guess what?
to get off.
Pliny the Younger's letter to Trajan says that Christians were willing to lie to keep their lives. It was the exact opposite is true. That's in the 2nd century. Christians were willing to lie and worship Caesar to keep their lives, according to that source.
Mm-hmm.
So it's actually the opposite is true.
Yeah, they're like, Christians think that they're high IQ now because they make all these same awful arguments. They're like, oh, these must be good arguments. High IQ Asian believes it.
Yeah.
Third, science says the universe had a beginning.
Science says the universe had a beginning. I actually saw something. There's some new studies out that they're saying that like the expansion of the universe, which is where they get the Big Bang from, might not actually be true. I don't even think the universe had a beginning. I think it was eternal. And not every science doesn't say things. There's
who knows?
Still debate and dispute and unknowns. The universe is most likely eternal, if you ask me. And I don't believe it ever had a beginning. So again, premise wrong.
Yeah.
Derek just had on Myth Vision just had on a couple scientists talking about.
Even if there was a Big Bang, it doesn't mean that the universe didn't exist before the Big Bang.
Right.
It just means there was some sort of Big Bang that happened. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
Science says the universe had a beginning, the Big Bang. Everything that begins to exist has a cause. So the universe needs a cause beyond the time, space, and matter.
Okay, well then your God needs a cause then. If you're going to create one rule, you can't create an exception for that rule and claim it's God.
And that does not get us to Christianity too.
Right.
I'll even grant all that. Fine.
Mm-hmm.
Some sort of cause started everything. What does that have to do with the Christian God?
So
why
Genesis is real.
Yeah, but why did he bounce from Jesus rose from the dead to the universe has a cause? Those are two completely separate, wide-ranging topics from each other. Nothing to do with each other at all.
Yeah.
That cause must be powerful, intelligent, and personal.
Pause.
Like
bullshit. Personal? What do you mean it must be personal? What does that have to do with anything? By the way, when they say personal, what does that mean? It's always some nonsense. Personal to me means I can contact this God right now.
Yeah.
I can say, hey God, come in my room, tell me what's going on here. That's personal. They don't actually have
about
a real
you and your life specifically too.
Right. They have a nonsensical definition of a personal God, but it has to be a personal God for Christianity to be applicable to this. That's why he smuggled that in there at the last second. He must be powerful, all-knowing, and personal. Wait a minute. Personal? Why? Why did you get to smuggle that in? You didn't get, now you have to prove why it has to be personal. How do we know that? You just made that up.
No, all of creation is made for you, your personal, all the stars and all the galaxies and all the lights in the sky. Those are all, God spent all his time making all those so you could personally have something nice to look at.
Yeah, you and your little speck of a little tiny speck. And when you zoom out and zoom out and zoom out, and there's all these galaxies that we can't even see right now, that's beyond our even scope of vision. That's for us, right?
Mm-hmm. Do you think this guy's a sincere believer, or you think this is just a big grift?
I think he's grifting. I do.
Yeah.
I don't think he actually believes it. I don't think he even goes to church. I bet you he doesn't even go to church.
I'm going to show some tweets later on that he says that maybe makes me think he really might believe it.
Does he ever show himself going to church?
He talks about it like saving his life and from depression and stuff like that.
Oh,
so
maybe.
Very, very typical.
Maybe.
But human reason, morality, and free will also point to something beyond physics. Jesus.
Free morals is something beyond physics? Okay, Ortho bro. Free will? I hate that cope that they say, oh, why do bad things happen? Because of free will.
Matches that logic. God entering his own creation to reveal truth and love. So, using reason, history, and
God can enter his own creation, but he only did it 2,000 years ago in this nonsense story.
He did it in a place where the population was the lowest in all the Roman Empire. Judea had the smallest population compared to Rome or Antioch, Syria, or Athens, or Alexandria, or Carthage. He could have went to those major trade cities and shown himself, and all these people could have wrote it down. No, he goes to this one little Nazareth place where no one knows about.
Yeah.
And not only that, he waited during a time when the population was under hundreds of thousands of people, compared to now when there's 600 or 800 billion people, or I'm sorry, 8 billion people, and the internet where everyone can see you. The entire world would know who you are within seconds. Nope, not now. Can't do now. Has to be a time when nope. Right. Makes a lot of sense.
God can incarnate himself on earth, but he did it at a time in a place where nobody noticed him anywhere outside of the Bible.
It makes a lot of sense, right?
Yeah. Great job, God. Thanks a lot. Really trying to save us with that type of evidence. Thanks, God.
Nice. Best conclusion is this: Jesus Christ is God. Thank you.
Thank
Wow.
you. That's
He
it.
just jumps
Hello,
to
everyone.
that conclusion. Jumps to that conclusion.
Dude, it's like it's even worse than I imagined, man. There's no way this guy has the highest. If he thinks these are good arguments and he's making these videos, there's no way he's got the IQ he claimed he does.
No. Or he thinks people are that stupid, and that's
Yeah.
another option. Maybe that's
Yeah.
the case.
Yeah.
Because he'd be right. People are that stupid.
Chat says lowest IQ shit I've heard all month.
Yeah.
I know. I'm surprised more. Like, have you seen any YouTube videos of people covering this guy and debunking this? I haven't seen any.
Not
I would have
really.
enjoyed to watch that.
I saw the most pathetic response to him I've ever seen from Dan McClellan, where he goes, I know more than the Bible than you do. It was like, oh my God.
Oh,
Now you just sound like him now. You just sound just as dumb.
Yeah, that's funny.
Thank you.
Okay, here's his next video now.
Hello everyone, this is highest IQ man YoungHoon Kim from South Korea. In this video, I would
This
like
is
to
highest
share
IQ
my
man.
idea, my thoughts about afterlife. I think
Afterlife.
our consciousness continues beyond death. Definitely.
Afterlife.
Definitely.
Our consciousness is not just brain activity, but it is something deeper.
Okay, prove that there's any consciousness anywhere without a brain. Can't do
Right.
it. How come
point.
when you get brain damage, your consciousness gets messed up? How come when you take drugs, your consciousness gets altered? Because it's all with your brain.
Yeah. This is crazy. I don't know. Like, I'm not going to sit here and say that I know that. Like, I'm not like, I don't know what happens after we die. I don't know that. But the fact that he's going to sort of leverage this to the Christian God without any sort of rationality or any sort of like way of getting there is just crazy to me, you know?
And he says it definitely does.
Definitely, right. Yeah, we definitely. Without any, he doesn't ever back up his claim either. Just says it.
I think you believe this. Science says that when the brain stops, then our consciousness disappears. You believe this now, but quantum physics says that information never disappears. Never.
Okay, Deepak Chopra, tell us more about the quantum brain.
Again, though, this could be true, but this has nothing to do with. This is not Christianity. Does not have a monopoly over this type of, thought, like whatever this is he's saying.
Yeah.
He has since given arguments for a possibility of an afterlife. Nothing to do with Christianity or the Bible or Jesus has been said yet.
Consciousness comes from synapses in the brain, basically, in the brain. So how there's no proof anywhere that can happen outside of a brain.
Yeah, we don't know
It
yet.
only changes in forms. If our consciousness is quantum information, it may continue
It may.
after the body is gone.
No shit. It may. Anything may.
For example, like computer data stored in the cloud, our consciousness may not be trapped in the brain.
But that doesn't make any
Quantum
sense. Pause that.
Yeah.
The data is still stored somewhere. There's still a hard copy of it. So when I send something to the cloud, there's a computer somewhere.
Yeah,
that's holding that
another
data.
computer.
Yeah. So he just made it. He's just talking. He's just using is he saying there's an internet we're all plugged into?
Yeah. No, he thinks that the internet, the cloud is just like up in the sky. It floats around.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying that made no
quantum energy.
sense.
No, it gets uploaded.
I wonder
wires,
if he thinks that. I wonder if
through
he
radio
actually
waves, and then gets stored on another server.
I wonder if he actually thinks it's in the clouds, like literally, like the data goes in the actual clouds and sits there.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like he said. It could, for all we know, he could actually think that.
Quantum entanglement. Here we go.
Entanglement suggests that our consciousness is part of a bigger system beyond the physical world.
Oh, is that what it suggests? Quantum entanglement means our consciousness is elsewhere?
Wait a minute. I thought quantum entanglement has nothing to do with consciousness. It's about like not atoms, but I think atoms, right? Where one atom can be entangled with another atom in a different part of the universe, and they can sort of like affect how they work. But I've never read, and I'm no expert at this, so I could be fucking wrong right now. But I've never read that quantum entanglement actually has anything to do with consciousness. I think he's just smuggling. This guy likes to smuggle shit in with other things.
Well, dude, this is just sounds exactly like Deepak Chopra
Yeah,
20 years ago.
Yeah. I'm gonna ask ChatGPT, does quantum entanglement have anything to do with consciousness? Yeah.
Some scientists and philosophers believe that our world may be a simulation created by a higher dimension of being.
That would
which
debunk
I
Christianity,
believe.
by the way.
Yeah.
Which I believe. He says, which I believe. That's not Christianity.
Yeah.
Christianity is not saying we're in a simulation. Christianity is saying that this world was created by God, and this is not a simulation. Like he doesn't. You understand what I'm saying? Like that's completely heretical what he just said. Play that back.
Believe that our world. Some scientists and philosophers believe that our world may be a simulation created by a higher dimension of being, which I believe. If this is true,
here, check this out. Check this out.
Well, I don't believe it.
Yeah, he just says which I believe, which by the way is heretical to Christianity. Christians should be mad at him for saying that, but look what I shared right now. Look, see it? Can you share it? Can you see it? All right, look at the short answer is there is no scientific evidence that quantum entanglement has anything directly to do with consciousness. So he did smuggle that in. Here's a clear breakdown. Quantum entanglement is quantum physics phenomenon where two or more, I said atoms, particles become linked, such as the state of one instantaneously affects the state of another. This is real, experimentally confirmed. In fact, Einstein called it spooky action at distance. What is consciousness? Consciousness is a state of being, aware, that is able to think, perceive, experience, blah, 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 blah. And it says, where does this idea come from? Roger Penrose and Stuart Hameroff proposed the OR theory, claiming that quantum processes include brain microtubules might be involved in consciousness. Others have tried to link consciousness to entanglement to explain phenomena like non-local awareness, telepathy, mind-matter interaction. But these ideas are highly controversial and not accepted by mainstream physics or neuroscience. What does science say? So far, no credible experimental evidence supports a role for quantum entanglement in consciousness. The brain is a warm, wet, and noisy system, conditions typically considered unsuitable for maintaining delicate quantum coherence or entanglement for long. Quantum entanglement is real. Consciousness involves quantum entanglement. No evidence. So he just made that up.
Not surprised at all. I found a couple short clips of this other high IQ guy, Chris Langan, who did the same thing. He's shilling God and Jesus as well too. So I guess maybe the Asian guy saw that and he said, "I want to get in on that."
I think he's doing a better job though. Yeah, Chris Langan did a horrible job.
He's gotten more viral about it.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
And he doubled this guy's IQ too.
Yeah.
You know, he went to a whole nother level with it. I thought IQ. Wait, I always thought that IQ could only go to like 180 or something. Or isn't that what it used to be?
I'm looking at Twitter right now. It says Langan is 210. What does this guy claim his was?
I thought Langan was 190.
I just saw 210.
So they just keep these guys just keep raising.
276 is what YoungHoon.
So
claims.
YoungHoon's went from 270 to 270. They all keep going up. Is that what they're doing?
Yeah.
Every time you ask them, they have a new number. It always goes up a number higher.
Yep.
They're such liars.
I want my IQ to be 300.
I know. Might as well.
Yeah.
I always thought IQ was only measured up to like 200.
I don't even know.
The death is not the end, but a shift to another reality. Just like a video game character disappears, but the player still exists.
If a video character disappears, he doesn't go to another reality.
Does he actually think the video game character is real?
Yeah.
And not just like little pieces of light on the in the TV. Yeah. Like, does he actually think there's really a character that's alive or something?
Yeah, just ones and zeros.
What is he talking about? What kind of example was that? By the way, that actually would prove that we're gonna die and there's nothing after this. If we were video game characters, we just get turned off and it's over.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be the exact opposite. I don't want to be a fucking video game character. That's fucking terrifying. Are you kidding me? Some NPC bullshit? Are you out of your mind?
Dude, if he really does have a high IQ, this is a huge waste of it.
Yeah.
Chat's all calling him a retard.
Our consciousness may continue in a higher dimension like this.
Wow.
Many people with
that's why Joe Rogan likes him.
Yeah, Joe Rogan's gonna bring him on and be like, dude, have you tried DMT with your IQ? You could like break the fabric of the universe.
Right.
Near-death experience says they saw their bodies from above or felt warm light and deep piss. They took
a piss. They died and took a piss.
And deep piss.
Deep piss. Deep piss.
And even read peace.
Yeah.
You would think, how long has this guy known English
How about
for?
hallucinations? How about people dream all types of crazy stuff? Every night people have weird dreams. Does that mean they're real? Does that mean you're leaving your body? Okay.
They say they felt warm light and peace. These experiences seem like moving from one system to another, I think. So, if reality is part of something bigger, then death is not the end. but it is a transition, shift to another reality. Science is growing now, and we are learning more about consciousness and reality. Our death is not destruction, but change and shift. Humanity will keep searching for the truth about what comes after life. Thank you.
That's pathetic. It's pathetic. It's his whole story is so pathetic to me that people actually were like, huh? Really? You got a 270 IQ? You're a Christian? Oh my God, follow this guy.
Yeah, 276. 27. Well, guess what?
No,
Sorry, YoungHoon Kim, but as the real world record holder, see right there, IQ 10 million, Mensa.
Oh, wow. It says it right
official.
there. It says it.
All right? And Jesus is fake.
Whenever something's written down on paper, it means it's real.
Yeah.
So I think you got him. By the way, look at the books behind him, man. Look how smart he is.
Yep, I got books too.
I know.
Okay, undeniable.
Why does he look so
historical
different?
evidence.
Have you noticed he looks so different in every video he's in?
Oh yeah, his profile picture.
What is his profile? Yeah, his profile picture looks like a different person. And then that's not the same fucking person, dude. That is, look at different he looks right there.
No,
And then in every
he's
video,
using
he
an
looks
old
like
photo or something,
it looks like
probably.
someone's cloning someone or something. It looks weird.
He may have high IQ, but he definitely has low T. I think everybody can agree on that.
Yeah, and by the way, what was that guy's name? Someone skeptic, something skeptic who
Cosmic skeptic.
No, someone did a debunk. Remember we were talking about it? He debunked this guy.
Let's show that.
Yeah. He completely destroyed him, said that all of this is fake, and said that the people that confirmed his IQ work for him. Banjo Atheist.
Banjo Atheist has shown him to be a fraud. Check out his interview on this channel for details. Kim seems panicked and is desperately trying to prove he is in fact the world's highest IQ. He retweeted Lifeboat, officially confirming his record. They left off that Kim works for them.
Wow.
A quick search shows some very weird results. Their website looks and sounds like something straight out of Scientology. Jeffrey Epstein used to be on their advisory board. That's
what?
And he's shilling for Elon, Trump, and Jesus. Okay. And there have been questions about their finances and where their money goes.
This is all it sounds like a psyop, dude. It takes me a lot to when people say psyop, I get like, oh god, here we go.
World Memory Sports
This actually
Council.
sounds like a psyop, legitimately.
You
like
can
there's something
practice-
behind.
You can practice like memory training. You can have a good memory, but if you're just memorizing a bunch of Christian apologetics, your opinion is null and void.
Yeah, and I was actually reading about how there are fraud IQ takers who they know how to take IQ tests. They study them. If you practice IQ tests and keep taking them for years and years, you can get the highest possible score ever. But it doesn't mean your IQ is actually high. You're not measuring IQ anymore. You've gone beyond measuring IQ, and you're now just taking the test to take the test. This is what it sounds like is going on here. I wouldn't be surprised if he actually took the test, but I would bet that this guy was studying and kept taking it and kept taking it and kept taking it. I think Chris Landon did the same thing.
Yeah, I got a perfect score on my driving test. It only took me 5 tries with the same questions, and I got a perfect score because I have an official IQ of 10 million right from Mensa. All right.
Yep.
Okay.
So it says right here. It says right here.
Toward, sorry, what?
It says right here. The reliability of IQ tests, if people study or retake them, people often score higher on subsequent attempts because they've become familiar with the format and timing, recognize patterns in puzzles and problems, reduce text anxiety. Someone scoring 125 might push it to 135 after a few tries, but that does not necessarily mean their intelligence grew. Ceiling effects. Above 130, 140, the small score differences become statistically unstable. The tests weren't normed on enough people in that range. So it says like a test can be reliable, but not valid. And then it says moderate reliability, but their valid is limited if people can gain them or if they only capture a narrower view of intelligence. So it's basically saying like intelligence is no longer being measured if you're just taking it to take it and to get higher scores. Anyone can do this. You can spend a whole year working on your IQ test and you can master it. And then you're no longer measuring your intelligence. You're now just taking the test to get a higher score. It's basically cheating.
Somebody can get a higher score than him on the test and then say Jesus is fake. Are all the Christians going to go, okay, I guess he's fake now? The high IQ
We should
has
do that.
spoken.
We should find someone who just has enough time to just sit there and take IQ tests and keep studying and keep getting a higher score until they get to 200 or 270 or whatever. And then we'll just have them say whatever we want them to say. Let's do it. And then we can just prove how this is all bullshit.
So look, it looks like Grok did an analysis on this guy. He says the evidence leans that this guy is a charlatan. The IQ claim is statistically implausible and lacks credible verification.
Nice, Grok.
Many cited organizations obscure or directly contradicted by reputable sources like the Giga Society's founder. The absence of major media coverage, questionable academic credentials,
Giga HT.
and name dropping of prominent figures without proof suggests exaggeration or fabrication. His behavior praising high-profile figures, deleting posts under scrutiny, and making grandiose claims about religion and science aligns with the patterns of self-promotion rather than genuine intellectual authority. Well, the high IQ Grok has spoken.
Yeah, that sounds about right, Grok. I actually agree with Grok for once.
Okay, let's hear from the high IQ scientist. He says, as the world's highest IQ record holder, I conclude evolution is a scam.
Oh God,
Only creation is the truth revealed by God. Okay.
You've literally lost your even ability to say you have a high IQ now.
Yeah. He doesn't even say like it's wrong. He says it's a scam.
Yeah,
it's a satanic scam.
Let's say you
covering up
disagree
the
with
truth of our Jewish God
it's one
creating
thing.
us.
It's one thing to disagree with the model, or you have some criticisms of like the current model of but if you honestly think this is not scientific or it's a scam, you're dumb. You're done, dude.
Mm-hmm.
You've lost your mind. You're completely far gone from reality. Like you might as well just say we have a flat earth too.
Yeah.
Might
Imagine thinking that you're high IQ, but then you think that Genesis is a better explanation than evolution.
Right. And every time archaeologists go and dig, and they can predict based on how far down they dig, if they dig 12 feet, if they dig 20 feet, if they dig 20 feet or 50 feet or 100 feet, they know what they're going to find on every single level. They predict it 99.9% correct every single time. You want to know why? Because sedimentary rock builds up over time, and all the old animals are on the bottom, and all the young animals are on top. Modern humans are on top. Old Homo sapiens are on the bottom, until you get to you start getting into Homo habilis and all the stuff that was before us, and then it goes one by one. And every single time they dig, it's always the exact same. It's never some mismatch of the order. YoungHoon Kim, explain that one. Did the flood of Noah cause this to happen perfectly like this? Or why aren't all the animals all the way near Turkey when that's where the flood landed, right? Why isn't every single animal, 2 of each, were brought to this part of the world? How come we go to South America and we find species that don't exist anywhere else? Dumbass.
Yeah, why are there only marsupials in Australia?
Right, this is not high IQ.
God wanted them to be special and only there?
This is not high IQ, dude. This is so bad. He's so far gone. He's such a fraud.
You know what this reminds me of? It's like the Christians that claim to be secular PhDs and historians or scientists and go like, evolution's wrong and I'm a PhD in biology and I think it's intelligent design. And like Christians will do these things to try to argue for Christianity. And I'm glad some people are calling him out here though. Like high IQ but can't grasp evolution's backed by fossil records, genetic evidence,
like I just said.
Speciation, biology, geology, archaeology, chemistry, genetics, everything.
Yeah, it's so true.
Mm-hmm.
It's so true. You cannot. I don't care if you hate atheists and you're a hardcore traditionalist Odin worshiper. You have to admit that this is scientific. If you don't, you're just not reading it. You're not studying. You're not looking at it.
Adam and Eve. Adam made from dust. Eve made from the rib. The talking snake. Noah's Ark. All of this is better than science and evolution.
I know. This is where genetics comes from.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Oh, wait a minute. I forgot about Ham and Shem and Japheth. Whoops, my bad. That's genetics, actually. We're Japhethites. Remember that?
Yeah.
And Ham are black people.
111,000 followers.
Ham is the black people. Remember that?
Yeah.
That's what they
the
thought
curse
too.
of Ham.
Yeah.
Nero Story AI. He's the CEO. Okay, the Bible is the answer to every problem you have, except disease. Except
Yeah. Except mathematics.
Yeah. Except mathematics and every other thing that we've discovered since the
rocket science,
of the Bible.
Rocket science, all space travel, the solar system. Heliocentrism is not in the Bible.
Genetic
the Bible
defects
says
from
the
inbreeding.
Bible says
couldn't have warned about that. It couldn't tell you about germs and bacteria and parasites. Didn't know anything about that.
Yeah, just demons and stuff. But the Bible says that the sun set still in the sky because Joshua told it to. Not the earth got still. It failed to learn. They thought the Bible assumes geocentrism. It also assumes flat earth because there's 4 pillars on the corners of the earth. So that you have flat earth, you have geocentrism, you have 6,000-year earth, you have gates in the sky that let water out for rain.
Yeah,
like this is not a book that you go for your problems. No.
It has nothing in it that like a divine intelligence would have, you know?
The Bible's backed by science, man. I hate when they say this.
You know,
Christians. The
Muslims
Bible's backed
really
by-
like to use that
I
argument.
know. The Bible's actually
Okay.
backed by science. Yeah.
Yeah, it proves so many miracles. Okay, let's see. I think it gets even better. I told you it was getting better. I didn't mean like.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. This is the giveaway that I think you might be serious.
He didn't block you yet?
No.
Oh well. He blocked me.
25,000 likes on this one. Talk about the goy slop getting boosted and promoted by all these low IQ Christians. From the world's highest IQ record holder, I had severe depression and anxiety disorder. I even tried to end my life, but when I met
Damn.
Jesus, everything changed. He healed me and set me free. I'm living proof that Jesus is God. He is the only way. Why is this not the story every single time
Yeah, I know.
with Christians?
I'm getting tired of it. I'm getting
Does
so
this
sick
sound
here.
high IQ to you?
No.
The highest IQ guy in the world should be like rich and have a good job, or like
You should be
invent
solving
things.
problems of,
Right.
of like some sort of creating a fucking cure for some disease or something.
Mhm.
But he's online talking about his IQ and Christianity.
Yeah.
It's like
And-
it's like a
and
joke.
Shilling for
is
Elon
like-
and Trump.
This is like a bit. It's like a comedy bit if you think about it. It's actually hilarious.
Now he has the Christian persecution complex as well. Now I'm being severely persecuted simply because I confess Jesus as Lord. I've even received death threats, but I'm sure. But I won't
Yeah, I'm
stay
sure.
silent. Evil will never overcome Jesus, because Jesus is God and he has already won. I hate when they say that. Already
Highest
won.
IQ record holder.
Highest
That's what he
IQ
just.
record-
The fact that he has to put that in every single tweet, if that doesn't scream to you, he's a liar. Then you are the lowest IQ person. Like this is he is a living IQ test himself.
This is a troll on to show. Like I think
Yeah.
he's actually on our side, just trying to show how stupid Christians are.
Yeah,
I
like
would
one
believe
day,
that
one day he's
conspiracy.
gonna say, "All right, the jig is up. I was just trying to see how dumb everyone is,
Yeah.
and this person and this person. And by the way, everyone following me right now, you've all failed the test. You have
Yeah.
all low 70 sub IQs. You should all be deported to a different country so that we can make the world better." That would be well played.
Maybe I should do this, and I'll get 46,000 likes on my tweets.
700,000 views total.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
We stand
What are they
with you,
saying?
friend. Blessings,
God.
stay the course. Amen. You are respected. Stand firm.
Ugh.
I will be faithful to God, even if it costs my life, with the Israeli flag. Is that the same guy I saw earlier?
Yeah, that's the same
Are
guy.
these bots? Is this all botted, fake
Yeah,
activity?
maybe he's botting. Yeah, maybe that's what it looks like. They're the same people every time.
Jeffrey Epstein, fake company, Mossad botting psyop to promote Jesus, Trump, and Elon?
Yeah. Yeah, sounds like it.
Okay, it gets even better. As the world's highest IQ record holder, I recognize that Donald Trump is the only president chosen by God in American history.
Really,
This is
not
a
George
God of this
Washington or any of these great presidents from the early, you know what I mean? Thomas Jefferson, no, nothing. Sam
It's
Adams,
not even
not Joe-
biblical, because doesn't the Bible say that God like appoints the rulers?
Yeah. So like, whatever, and only
Saved
Trump.
by
though?
God to save the world. 25,000
sad.
likes every time he does this. Low IQ MAGA just eats it up.
Look at that person wrote this. Go back up right there. You just proved high IQ does not mean intelligent. Go down. Right there.
yeah.
1,000 likes. That's good. That gives
Yeah.
me hope for the humanity.
But how about this one? Amen. I always knew you were a genius, bro. He's
Just get
the
all-
dumbest Christian ever.
Yeah.
Again, 6,000 likes. The only president chosen by God. We're almost done here. Trump's the only
This is
president
crazy though.
chosen
is
by
crazy.
God. 4 point. He just keeps tweeting it over and over.
You know what I mean?
From the world's highest IQ record holder, truth spreads through the voice of Joe Rogan. Thank you, Joe Rogan, for following me. So now we're confirmed that Joe Rogan is retarded also, that he's
Yeah.
following this con
He's
artist.
fucking done. His brain is mush now. He's too much DMT. He's
And
done, man.
This
He
was
lost it.
yesterday. I swear to God, guys. I talked
He's
to Neil
fried.
about this like last week. We've been talking
Yeah, tell
about
him
this
what
guy
happened.
for
Tell
like
him what
2
happened.
weeks now.
Tell him. Tell him
Neil
what I
told
predicted.
me, he's like, watch, I bet you he's going to end up on Joe Rogan. And now Joe Rogan's following him. And he says, look, if you'd like to see me appear on Joe Rogan, please share this post as much as you can. As the world's highest IQ record holder, I'm confident that I can help lead many souls around the world back to Jesus. Dude, if
Maranatha.
Rogan has him on, I hope it does
It's
just for
gonna
the
happen.
content and just so I
The
can
fact
say
that
I
he
told
gave
you
him a
so.
follow is a sign that it's going to happen.
Mhm.
Because the way Joe thinks, he's going to do it because it'll be viral. If
Yeah.
as soon as you log into YouTube and you see that stupid fucking Asian face and with the red background and it says YoungHoon Kim episode 3000, whatever the fuck it is, everyone's clicking on that shit. Everyone's going to want to know what the hell is going to happen. It's going to be like 5 to 10 million views. I guarantee it. And Joe Rogan's not stupid. He knows that. And he'll fucking fall. He doesn't care.
But the problem is he won't push back on any of it
No.
either.
He'll just let him ride out.
He'll just
It's like the way he let Wes ride
Tell me
out.
more about that quantum
Yeah.
entanglement and simulation, Jesus, undeniable historical figures theory.
Yeah, he let
That's what he'll do.
Wes Huff completely lie about the Isaiah scroll and say that the Isaiah scroll was 100% exactly the same as our Bible, which was not true. It's more like 90%, and it's like 10% completely different. And like, so he's gonna let this guy lie about his IQ and about Christianity, and watch, it'll happen.
Yep. And Christians want to say like, I'm a psyop. We're trying to keep you from Jesus, and there's nothing they hate more than why is this guy and his nonsense getting so many views,
right?
So many likes.
Christian, look how much money Andrew Wilson makes. He goes live. He gets $5,000 on a donations, not for any charity, for his own fucking self. I'm not hating on him. He's fucking hustling. Cool, dude. I respect that. But here's the thing. You can't do that as a skeptic or a pagan YouTuber or some. Only Christians are going to donate that much money. Sometimes he's made 10,000.
Trained to tithe.
He's made 10,000, 30,000 on some nights. Really? Just off rant, just grifting the fucking Christians, dude. They love it.
Wow. I think we need.
They want superheroes. Christians. I know. My one friend Steven is actually becoming a Christian. Not even trying to grift. And I'm telling him, dude, you should start a channel. You'll get rich. You'll have never work again for the rest of your life.
You think the Christians will buy it if like I'm really sincere and I'm just like, guys, guess what? I had a dream and I saw Jesus.
Christ is king.
I'm the big Christ is king. I'm the biggest Jesus. I go from like exposing Jesus every day to being the biggest Jesus promoter.
They would believe it. They wouldn't care. They would fall for it. They'd
love it, huh? I finally get on all the big shows that have been gatekeeping me.
Yeah, as long as you say all the right talking points and mention Suetonius and Tacitus and Josephus and quote Bart Ehrman a few times and you know retweet Wes Huff, you'll be fucking right in there in no time.
Mm-hmm. I think you're right. Okay, let's do Langan. I want to hear Langan real quick.
Himself.
So here's the other high IQ guy.
Oh my god, this fucking joker. This joker right here.
The YouTuber Professor Dave did a really good whole video exposing this guy. By the way,
he did.
For people that want to see more.
If we're talking about theory of everything, the first question we have to establish: does God exist?
Yes.
Simple as that.
Well, it's the identity has the reality has an identity. Okay, the identity is that as which something exists. Okay. Matter of fact, when you say the word,
so reality exists, we all agree on that. At least most of us.
So he basically just said reality is God.
Yeah.
Well, then what does that mean then?
Yeah. Word concept fallacy.
Yeah, like it doesn't actually do it, and it doesn't actually give us anything. It doesn't actually take us to any particular thing. Like it's just
changing definitions of things.
Exactly. You're just redefining reality as God. That's all you're doing.
Oh, this guy has the highest IQ in the world, by the way. This is the other guy that.
Yeah, he used to. Now, not anymore.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, when you say the word reality, you're naming an identity. You're identifying something. This.
I'm smiling because your answer on this is so beautiful. It just reminds me of Moses at the burning bush. And Moses at the burning bush says, "Who shall I tell the people that you are?" Talking to God. And God says, "Tell them I am that I am."
That's right.
I am identity itself. I'm being himself.
That's exactly right.
If we're talking.
Hey Neil, what if like reality is God? You ever thought of that? Is that high IQ?
That's some Joe Rogan shit. That's what that is.
Okay, one more from Langan. Hold on.
Definition of God. What's your definition of God personally?
The identity of reality. You see, I've been talking about reality, and I've been talking about the identity of reality. God is reality. As a matter of fact, God is the ultimate reality. He is reality on its very highest level.
What does that mean? Reality is reality. There's not an ultimate reality. There's not different levels of reality. Like what?
If that was true, then we're God. Then we're a piece of God. This is like Hinduism, by the way. Hinduism is the ultimate reality is Brahman, and you are essentially
and love is God.
Yeah, essentially in Hinduism, we're all just kind of eyes of the one. We're all just kind of like little pieces of the one, and that's what he's basically. This guy might as well be a Hindu. That's monism too.
All the Christians, all the time, they'll literally try to refute me by going, the smartest guy in the world says God is real. Like, BTFO atheists. Is your IQ higher than his? Well, I guess you're wrong. Like, that's the type of arguments they make for us. And this guy's like a bouncer, too. Highest IQ in the world, but he's a bouncer. And
where'd you end up? Yeah.
And the code for that was like,
you should be able to
back. I didn't have the connections. It's like, shut up, dude.
You should be able to think your way into any career. You should be in business, doing stocks or something, or investing, or fucking doing. There's so many things, real estate or whatever. Like, why are you bouncing? Like, that's not dude. You're lying. You're not the high IQ dude. You're probably an idiot. Yeah. You probably thought of this a lot. You probably thought of his theories for a long time. I'm not doubting that. That doesn't make you smart. It just means you're thinking about certain things. You know?
Yep, totally.
No other definition of God makes sense.
So the idea is that the universe and all of us and our mind and our perception all adds up to be God.
Right. The universe is a coupling of mind and perceptual reality. Right? What you see out there, the external world and the internal world being your mind. This is a coupling. And it's not a coupling you can take apart and reduce to separate parts. It is one thing with two aspects. That's what I mean by a coupling, and that's what the universe is. And that's what God is as well. I'm aware of the metaphysical structure of reality.
By the way,
take the average person.
I'm not gonna lie. I think this guy is kind of well read though in a little bit in ways, because his worldview is not that different from like the pre-Socratic monist worldview. The pre-Socratic monist worldview was like there's this one and he creates everything and there's little sparks of divinity in all of life. And that's kind of where he sounds like he's going. I'm not sure if that's what he read or if he's like just came to that conclusion in another way, but like that's what it sounds like.
I think it's one of the Weinstein brothers also is like doing some theory of everything type of thing. Same with Terrence Howard. That
yeah, they're always
dude.
trying to do this. They're always trying to figure out everything. It's funny.
Person, you know, they really think that
I'm not gonna lie though. Yeah. He's smarter than YoungHoon Kim, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, this guy's smarter than the average Joe out there. Also,
I'm surprised he didn't. I'm surprised he didn't do a better job of working the social media aspect like YoungHoon Kim is doing.
He's done pretty good.
Yeah.
Material world, and that's it. All right. Anybody who is aware that there is actually another dimension or other dimensions to reality, then you start getting into spirituality, because what connects the perceptual world to these other dimensions, if not spirit?
How do you even know there's other dimensions though? He's got 118,000 followers. 37 following.
That did sound pre-Socratic even at the end, because the pre-Socratics thought that the universe was threefold: corporal, which is physical; incorporeal, which is mind; and then spiritual, which is the mediators between it. He just explained that in his answer right there. So I think that he was reading maybe Aristotle and came up with this idea. That's what I think.
It's an interesting idea too. Like the only way that we can know of the world existing is through our brains, but we can talk to other people and they experience the same world too, and they can confirm it, so we know it is real outside of our brains.
Yeah.
So need some bong loads in the dorm room to get.
I know, right? Yeah. At least he said some cool shit. YoungHoon Kim was Jesus existed and he's God because he said so, and he rose from the dead. Yeah. Like at least this guy is like thinking about like something deep for once. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he was better.